Yes, very good evening to all of you. So, welcome to my science classes channel. So, children, today we are going to study about the chemical properties of ammonia part 1. In this particular chapter, we are going to study about what is the behavior of the ammonia with other chemical substances. Basically, you should remember last class we had a discussion about the physical properties of ammonia. In this particular session, we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of ammonia. So, what are the chemical properties of ammonia? How ammonia gas behaves with the other substances? Okay, like oxygen, like water. Okay, how it goes on reacting with the some other substances like water and all. Okay, let us now come to the particular topic. The topic is behavior of ammonia. Behavior of ammonia. So that means how this ammonia burns in the presence of oxygen, whether it is a combustible gas or whether it is supportive for the combustion. We are going to study now. Basically, ammonia is neither combustible nor supporter for the combustion. This is not a combustible gas, and also it is not a supportive for the combustion also. So that particular property of ammonia we are going to discuss now. So here you can see the diagram here, the reactant burning of ammonia in presence of oxygen. So to check the property of the oxygen, just we have to take some operators. One should be a glass beaker. Okay, so that means cylinder type. Both the sides. Yes, glass beaker you can take, no problem. Okay, just one cylinder. Take just one cylinder like this. Look at here in the diagram I'm showing you. So here at the bottom, I'm passing two different pipes. That means what is the delivery? I mean, you can say glass rods. Okay, you can say that glass rods. These two are glass rods. These two are glass rods. Okay, and in middle of the what is that cylinder or what is beaker, I have made that a perforable. That is, I can say semi-permeable membrane. I can use it as a cotton for making that semi-permeable membrane. Now what I'll do at initially, let me draw here also, not a problem. Okay, I have taken two a glass cylinder, and this the top valve should be closed. And what I did, I have prepared in such a way that I'm just inserting one what is that glass tube. Okay, and now what I'll do, I have to close this lids also, and I'll start to pass NH3. Okay, let me pass NH3. Otherwise, let me close this glass tube initially. Okay, I am not passing any gas. I have closed that glass tube with a lid. Now what I supposed to do? Now what I'll do? Another side. I would like to take one more glass tube like this. Okay. So from here I am passing a pure ammonia gas, NH3. So here in the absence of, now we are from this side, from left hand side tube, I am not at all passing any oxygen, absence of oxygen. But here from the right hand side glass tube, I am passing oxygen. So that is what I'm passing, sorry, ammonia. Ammonia gas I'll pass and I'll start igniting with that gas. So when we start igniting, definitely that ammonia will not catches any fire. It will not catches any flame. That concludes that ammonia is a non-combustible gas. That should be, you should remember, the combustibility of gas, ammonia alone, ammonia gas is not combustible. What I'll do now? I'm just making here we have written here cotton. Okay, here there's some cotton is there, no problem. And why now? What I'll do? I'll pass now oxygen gas. Along with the oxygen gas and ammonia gas, now I will start igniting. If I start the igniting, this particular what is we can say barrel, otherwise we can say a Bunsen burner, also not a problem. Okay, so here in this particular place, when I started igniting, that ammonia catches a flame. That flame should be a bluish greenish color flame. So that is what greenish yellow colored flame will get. Greenish flame will get, or greenish, you can say, or the green or greenish yellow colored flame you will get. So that indicates that the oxygen is a supportive gas. Okay, oxygen is basically that is a supporter for the combustion. Oxygen is supporter for the combustion, whereas ammonia is not combustible, but along with the ammonia, ammonia along with the oxygen, that ammonia catches the fire, that ammonia catches the flame, and it produces a nitrogen gas and water vapor, and it produces a nitrogen gas and water vapor. Okay, we are not adding any catalyst here. Just oxygen acts as supportive for the flame, whereas ammonia acts as a combustible gas with along with the oxygen. So alone ammonia is not a combustible gas. Alone ammonia is not a combustible gas, but along with the oxygen, ammonia burns with the oxygen and produces a nitrogen gas and water vapors. Due to the formation of water vapors along with the liberation of nitrogen gas, the flame looks like a yellowish, greenish yellow or green colored flame will get. So this is what very important a topic in board examination. Many of board examination they have asked what is your observation during the reaction of ammonia with oxygen, or the combustion of ammonia with oxygen. So that is a point you have to remember here. The observations are what? So when ammonia burns in the presence of oxygen, it produces a dry ammonia gas is passed through the oxygen, and when we ignite with the ignition tube, it produces a greenish yellow flame. It produces a greenish yellow flame. So this is your observation. And name the products. They may ask you what are the products. Means products are what type of products are produced when ammonia reacts with the oxygen. Means that is nitrogen gas, and water vapors will get. Okay, so this is the particular reaction of ammonia with the oxygen. I hope this is clear to you. So what is the thing is, so ammonia alone, ammonia it will not undergoes any combustion. Along with the oxygen, ammonia undergoes combustion to produce nitrogen gas and water vapors. Due to the formation of water vapors, the flame looks like a greenish yellow flame. Okay, so this concludes that ammonia is a combustible along with the oxygen. You can find the flame, greenish yellow flame at the nozzle of the pipe. Okay, pipe end, that is the narrow pipe end. Is it clear? So that is the point of how the chemical reaction takes place between the ammonia and oxygen. So here the balancing equations also they will ask. So very important, balancing equation. How to balancing the equation, chemical equation, balancing equation. So very simple. I would like to say one more method. There are two methods: sit and trial method and partial solving method is there. What I'll do, I'll write ammonia NH3 plus O2 gives rise to NH3 plus O2 gives rise to giving to N2 nitrogen gas plus H2O produces H2. So what would be the balancing equation? Please here also listen. Three different possible questions they may ask you from this particular concept. One is balanced chemical equation. I already have balanced it there, I have written, but how to balance that? Okay, so I would like to tell you the thing. So here how many oxygens are there? Basically 2, but here how many hydrogens are there? 3. Here only 2 is there. So what I'll do, I supposed to put here 3H2. Now oxygen becomes 3, but here only 2 is there. I can multiply here by 3 by 2. Correct now? So to cancel this 2, what I'll do, I will multiply overall equation coefficients by 2. So what happens now? Sorry, 1 minute. Okay, yes. So now oxygen is balanced, but nitrogen is not yet balanced here. So what I'll do, I'll put here 2. So 2 to 6 hydrogens is balanced, nitrogen is balanced, oxygen is also balanced, but this is partial equation. Now what I can do means I supposed to multiply entire coefficients by 2 by multiplying 2. Why? Because I need to cancel this particular denominator. So for that what I can do means listen, I'll multiply all coefficient by the 2. So 2 into 2, that becomes 4NH3. Now plus 3, listen, 3 by 2 into 2 gets cancelled, remaining thing is 3O2 gives rise to 2N2, because the coefficient of N is 1, 1 into 2 is nothing but 2 into plus 3 into 2 is nothing but 6H2O. So this will be the balanced chemical equation. You have to remember. This is the balanced chemical equation for the reaction. I hope it's clear to all of you. Now let us move to the next concept of how ammonia reacts with the oxygen. This is one condition. This is a normal condition. If we use a catalyst, so if suppose if we use a catalyst, then what kind of products it will get? So first of all, what is the meaning of catalyst? Basically, this chemical reaction is called as catalytical oxidation of ammonia. Catalytical oxidation of ammonia. Catalytical means by using a substance called catalyst. What is that catalyst? Catalyst is just like a substance. So that substance alters the rate of reaction. A chemical substance which alters the rate of reaction, then such kind of substances are called as catalysts. So basically, catalyst is a substance which alters the rate of reaction. If the catalyst increases the rate of reaction, if it fastens the rate of reaction, such catalysts are called as positive catalyst. If the catalyst slows down the rate of reaction, that we can say that negative impact called negative catalyst. Okay. Now I am talking about catalytical oxidation of oxidation of ammonia. This topic is also very important in point of examination. Let us come to the which catalyst we'll use here. The catalyst used is platinum. What is the catalyst used is platinum. Why platinum? Because platinum do not take part in a chemical reaction, because this is very least in reactivity. Platinum metal is less reactive compared to the gold. So that is the reason gold and platinum we are using in the making of jewelries and all. Okay, platinum do not chemically react. It chemically do not react it. Okay, so that is the reason. And platinum gains the heat energy during the chemical reaction. Platinum itself produces a lot of heat energy. So that is the reason initially we will heat that platinum metal. Okay, so let us go with the chemical equation. So here in this diagram, you can see here the reactants required here is, of course, we are studying about the chemical property of ammonia. Ammonia and oxygen will be the reactants, but the change is what we are using here catalyst. In previous reaction we have not used the catalyst, but here we are using a catalyst. Let us go with this. Okay, ammonia, what I will do means I'll pass ammonia gas here, NH3. Okay, listen here, same thing is there. This both the diagrams are same. Okay, so this is what dry ammonia we are passing in this nozzle, and dry oxygen also we are passing in this particular thing. Both the gases will reach us to the fusion tube. This is what we call as combustion tube or fusion tube. So these combustion tubes are made up of borosilicate glass. Those combustion tubes have high ability to withstand the temperature. So till 3000 degrees centigrade, so it can withstand, it will not melt. Okay, such kind of tubes are called as combustion tubes, glass tubes, transparent glass tubes. Okay, so now I am using here some okay, what is that, rubber cork, not rubber cork actually, glass cork only. So now we are passing oxygen gas and ammonia gas here. Just we'll pass oxygen gas and ammonia gas here, and we should heat both the gases around 800 degree temperature. We are supposed to pass high 800 degrees of temperature to the reactant mixtures. So, and we have placed a platinum wire. That platinum wire acts as a catalyst in the tube, fusion tube. So that platinum wire absorbs that, what is that, required amount of temperature, and gases, dry gases, moves very fastly due to the high temperature, and both the gases breaks down their original bonds and makes a new bonds. That is what ammonia and what is that, oxygen, in presence of catalyst platinum around 800 degrees centigrade, this particular reaction, both the reactant breaks down their original bonds and makes a new bonds to form some gases called nitric oxide and water vapor. During this reaction, lot of heat energy is produced. Okay, initially we supposed to give 800 degrees centigrade. Later on, when platinum gets activated, platinum itself after activation of platinum, ammonia and oxygen reacting to produce lot of heat energy. That heat energy is carried over for the overall reaction. So that is the point you have to remember. On passage of dry ammonia gas and oxygen through the inlets of that is what fusion tube respectively, with the ratio of, I would like to pass here the ratio of 1:2 percentage. 1:2 percentage. This is one part and oxygen is two parts. I'll tell you why the ratio is different. And oxygen and ammonia mixture is passed over a heated platinum in the combustion tube, that in which what is that, heated platinum in a combustion tube, which is in the state of very hot state. Correct? No, it emits a reddish brown fumes. It emits a reddish brown, not fumes, reddish brown glow. Why it forms a reddish brown glow means, if you heat a platinum wire around 100 degrees centigrade, platinum wire do not take part in a chemical reaction, but due to the heat, the platinum wire color will changes to reddish glow. So that is the point. Okay. Later. So what type of observations you can observe here? You can see here the white droplets, water droplets will remain here, whereas some gas gets produces. That gas releases from the fusion tube. That is what nitric oxide. This nitric oxide, when it reacts with the oxygen present in the atmosphere, that nitric oxide NO, when again reacts with the oxygen present in the atmosphere, otherwise the oxygen we have taken in a round bottom flask here. Here we have taken in a round bottom flask. That nitric oxide reacts with the oxygen, it forms a nitrogen dioxide. The color of the nitrogen dioxide gas is reddish brown in nature. The color of the nitrogen dioxide gas is reddish brown in the nature. So you should remember. So that reddish brown fumes will form. Reddish brown fumes will form. Brown gas is formed. What is that means? That is NO2, nitrogen dioxide. So this will be the two reactions you have to remember for this particular reaction. Okay, so this is what we call as catalytical oxidation reaction. Catalytical oxidation of ammonia. Catalytical oxidation of ammonia. First, initially we have to take 1:2 parts of oxygen gas, because oxygen gas takes part in a chemical reaction in second step also. So that is the reason always we should take 2 parts of the oxygen. Okay, ammonia gas, when it treated with the oxygen in presence of platinum around 800 degrees centigrade, ammonia gets converted into nitric oxide along with the water vapors. Nitric oxide along with the water vapor. When that nitric oxide, when we pass to the gas containing, what is that? The glass round bottom flask containing, what is that? Oxygen gas. Round bottom flask containing oxygen gas. Now that there, again reaction takes place, that is NO combines with the O2 gives rise to NO2. This is what final product what we will observe during the chemical reaction. This is what our observation. So catalytical oxidation of ammonia in presence of platinum as a catalyst, it produces a reddish brown fumes of nitrogen dioxide. And you're supposed to balance the chemical equations also. You have to balance the chemical equation. The balanced chemical equation looks like this. You can solve it later. Okay, so this is what a balancing equations. Here you will get 6H2O, and here NO2 is there, so I'm supposed to put here 2 NO plus O2 gives rise to 2 NO2. These two are the balancing equations. Here observations are very important, and balancing chemicals are very important, balancing equation also important, and another one is catalyst used also very important. So based on the three points, they may ask you any questions. So this is the point of catalytical oxidation of ammonia. Catalytical oxidation of ammonia. Next what they may ask you here, they may ask you one more question. That is, the platinum continues to glow even after the heat is discontinued. During the chemical reaction, initially we will start heating that platinum wire, so later on we'll stop. After discontinuing the heating, that platinum wire still it glows even after the heat is discontinued. Give a reason, they may ask. You should remember catalytical oxidation of ammonia being exothermic. Look at here. This is being, it is heat releasing, hence the reason this is being exothermic in nature. So that exothermic reaction produces a lot of heat energy. That is the reason, due to the formation of lot of heat energy, the platinum wire still continuously it glues after discontinuing the heat also. So that is a simple reason you have to remember. Okay, so very simple. Thank you for this part. Next class we'll study about the remaining chemical properties of ammonia, how ammonia acts as a basic gas, how ammonia reacts with some other salt solutions, how ammonium hydroxide reacts with the salt solution, and finally we'll discuss about the tests of ammonia. Thank you very much.